welcome to this episode of Let's Talk 716 Sports. My special guest is T, and we will be talking Buffalo Bills football.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, just ready to talk some football.
Cool. I'm ready. Exciting day. Exciting. Well, not very exciting Sunday, but the build up to Sunday was exciting.
Yeah. Um, what do you think our defense has to um improve on to go um like to the next step?
Well, I thought our defense actually did really well, to say the least, I guess. They pressured Ben, they got him off his spot. I mean, they sacked him, strip sacked him, Mario Addison. They only gave up 16 points and they allowed 252 yards and 75 on the ground, which was great because they contained Najee Harris. He wasn't a big factor in this defense. So our defense, I think, did really well. Could have done a little bit better, I guess. I mean, some ticky tack penalties against White. What was pass interference they called? I don't know. That's ticky tack. And then the one with Levi, didn't he even turn his head? I don't even know if he would have enough time to turn his head in order to get the ball. I mean, that was a great ball that was thrown on that side. So I think we just have to tighten up our corners. I mean, we know what Wallace is all about and what he can do. I don't know if he reached his ceiling, but we know on that side they're gonna target him. So if we just continue contain, I think we'll be fine. I think our defense this year will be all right. I'm not worried about our defense. I think our front, if they can get to the quarterback and get him off his spot, make him feel uncomfortable, we'll be fine.
Do you think that like that one penalty that they called on the defense against Levi, do you think they should have called it, or do you think they could have just kept the flag in their pockets on that one?
It's the first game, and they're gonna call things the first game. So maybe not later on in the season. They may not call it, but the first game I think they're gonna call that. I think they're gonna call it all the time. Even if you don't turn your head, I think they're gonna call it. They're gonna do pass interference, and if you see the guy turn his head or put his hands up, maybe you should turn your head to see where the ball is. But they teach that, they teach turn even just turn it slightly, just turn your head because it's an automatic pass interference. So yeah, I think it was a right call.
What did you think of that interception by Trey White that ended up getting called back?
Like I said, I don't think it was. I thought the guy was tripping and fell into White because if White would have had that interception, that would have changed the momentum of the game. Because I think that we were still everything was still tight, everything was still in the air, but it just we needed one explosive play, and that I think that would have been our explosive play and to turn the momentum around. So that one really hit me. I was just like, oh man, because when it happened, everybody was so excited, and it was just like, okay, now we got them, because it was the same thing the last time we played them. And maybe not. No, that was Miami. The last time we played the Steelers, Trey went off. So I'm mixing them up. So it was Johnson who did the run back pick six and on Juju. So I mean that play, that explosive play, that just changed the momentum. If that would have happened with White, we'll be talking a different game right now.
Do you think that like the block punt on special teams changed the momentum for Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah, that came out of nowhere. And all you need is one explosive play, like I said, and that was their explosive play. That play, I think, kind of took the air out of the stadium. I know it took the air out of my house, so I think it took the air out of the stadium because it was just like, where did it come from? And people were saying that Hawk, I guess, stutter stepped. He got off his time, he got off his rhythm, and that's what 1 second, and that's what happens. And boom. Yeah. It's shift real quick.
Like at the start of the game, like the like I was listening to it on the radio and it sounded like the crowd was really like into it.
Yeah, it was I have neighbors, they said they woke up like they left the house at like 8 and headed down to the stadium, and they were like the first few people there. They asked me if I wanted to go. I'm good. I don't I love my Bills. I don't like the crowd, so I probably will never go to a game. I'll probably a tailgate with some people down there, but I like to watch the game on TV. I like to see everything. I like to hear the announcers. I like to hear everything. I don't like to watch it live per se. But the atmosphere I know is crazy down there.
Yeah, it like I was out listening to it on the radio and it sounded like the crowd was getting into it and then Isaiah McKenzie made that big
Woo.
play.
75-yard return. If only he would have cut back a little sooner, it would have been, I think it would have been a touchdown. And then for that to end up only getting 3 points on that play kind of hurt because he was 75 yards. I mean, you want to take that to the house or you want to get a touchdown out of that series. And it didn't happen, but at least you got some points out of it.
Do you think going into next week that the Bills will be able to like have better play calling in that game against Miami?
You know, it's so funny that we have one game, one, I don't know, maybe we're having it now and not having it later on in the season, because out of 16 games, 17 now, you're going to have a game that you should have won. You're going to have a game when you're going to have mental breakdowns. Josh maybe had it early. Do I think the play calling was bad? I mean, I think that it was a lot of Manila play calling. I mean, the pitch to Breida, I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand other play calls. Some people say he was being too cute, and I mean, but they were singing his praise last year, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Some things were questionable. Like we were one of the great teams to go for it on fourth and 1 and 4th and 2, and some of those 4th and 1s we should have went for it. So yeah, the play calls were questionable, but again, I'm not a coach, did I go to school to be one? So I'll keep that to Brian Debo.
Yeah, like it was like, what was it, like 4th and 8 or something, and
Yeah.
they went for it and they went backwards.
Yeah, I think one of the 4th and was that I think it was miscommunication between Josh and Mitch Morris, where they thought that the Steelers had jumped off and they had a free ball, and Josh had threw it down the field. So, I mean, I know that's what they said on the radio. Sal Capaccio said, and then the one where everybody thought that, oh my God, what's his name? The kicker Bass could kick the field goal, but they were saying it was very windy down in the stadium, so they didn't want to kick the field goal. So that's why they didn't go for the field goal, because it was really windy down in the stadium. So that's what was said.
What would the yardage have been for the field goal if they were to kick it?
I think it was like a 57. I think somewhere in the 50s. And if he was going against the wind, it would have been hard. So, and we know Brad Bass can kick a field goal. He's good. I don't think Sean McDermott ever questions his range. I don't think he thought he could make it against the wind.
Do you think having fans affected the Pittsburgh offense?
Did they get an offside or delay of game? I can't remember. I think they did. I don't know if so much the fan noise affected the Steelers. I know it amped Josh up. He got to keep his emotions in check. And it's understandable because the fans hasn't been around. You get hyped. You're just so excited and so amped to just please everyone and, show them what they have. And he was just so amped up. The one ball he threw down to Sanders, if you only would have caught that and connected on that pass, on that throw, we would have a different game again, because Sanders was by himself. He beat his guy, and he was open. He was down there by himself. Josh just missed him. So maybe that adrenaline from the crowd maybe amped him up. But I don't know if it affected the Pittsburgh Steelers, because I mean they had our offensive line's number. So
do you think that going into Miami, do you think maybe they would kind of have the run game going?
Our run game?
Yeah.
I think our run game will be fine. I've seen, Devin I think he's gone back to his rookie season. He looks good. He looks like he's hitting the hole fine. He looks like his vision is great. So I'm not concerned about Devin. I think our run game did well. I think the blocking did well. I think they did what they needed to do when it came to the running. He had two 25-yard runs. Devin is quick. And I mean quick to where the first guy will miss him. Not quick to speed quick, but Devin is quick, so he'll shake you out of your shoes. So I think our run game will be fine. But we're a team who's pass first instead of run first. But when we need that run, it should be there. We should hope that it will be there.
Do you think that Leslie Frazier is doing a good job with the defense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Last year, maybe not, but this year, I think, Oliver, he had a good game. Russo had a good game. Mario Addison had a good game. Mario Addison slimmed down, so we'll see. Let's see how he does. And also, he doesn't want to play a lot of snaps, so let's see what he can do on less snaps. And we have my guy Hughes over there, so he's going to continue to get some quarterback rushes. So, and hopefully those rushes turn into sacks this year.
Do you think that like Star Latule will be ready for this game against Miami?
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, even though if he's not, Phillips, he did a good job in his replacement, but I hope so. They could use them out there. I mean, I don't know what he would have done better, but I hope that Star's out there. He set last year, and I think he's probably disappointed that he couldn't go out there and play because of his injury. But I hope he's out there this game coming up.
Do you think that um like our cornerbacks um will like be better this next game?
Well, the Miami have some good wide receivers. They have, oh my gosh, Waller. I was just looking at some Waller. They have, oh my God, I wrote it down. Waller. I can't think of the other one. Mm, not Howard because he's a corner. I forgot the other guy's name. Parker. So they have some speedsters over there, and then they have Fuller. Will Fuller is back, I guess, this week. So I mean, they have some speed over there. They have a tight end, Mike. Oh my God, I'm blanking his name. The tight end, and they have a good running back with Gaskin. So this is not going to be a game for Buffalo, but Josh seems to be their daddy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I expect the W. I expect for Trey White. I expect for Wallace to perform. You know.
Yeah. I think you were thinking of Mike Gesicki, I think you were
Yes.
thinking it was.
Yes. Mike Gesicki. Thank you.
Yeah. I have him on my fantasy team.
Oh, do you? There you go.
Yeah, he didn't do anything last week, so
Yeah, I think he only had 2 catches, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they didn't use him too much last week. So, but hopefully they don't use him again this week. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not because against Buffalo.
Yeah.
Um how do you think like Trey White and Jerry Hughes are doing after one game?
Trey White, it's still new, but I think Trey White will be fine. I don't, he's top 5, top 7, whatever people want to call him. I think he'll be fine. I think, Trey's going to be Trey. Trey's going to get his chances to get interceptions. And you said Hughes, right?
Yeah.
Hughes is just that dog. So I expect for him to at least get to the quarterback, and hopefully this year he will get some sacks. The Bills went out and got their defensive ends, and hopefully Rousseau and Boogie Basham he sat that last game, but hopefully this year will be good for Jerry Hughes. So hopefully he can get some sacks that he didn't get last year. You got a lot of young players, a lot of young defensive ends. We got AJ Epinesa over there. So, and I'm looking for him to have a great season too. So,
What did you think of like the addition of Ed Oliver last season?
Ed Oliver's a dog. You know, some of the stuff you probably don't see that comes out, jumps out on the game and jumps out. You have to really look at the film for Ed Oliver. You're like, oh, he two guys. He had two guys on him, but he still ran through and got, touched the quarterback. So Ed Oliver is going to be fine. I just think people underestimate Ed because he's not explosive, and he's not, you know, stack heavy. He's not stacks heavy. So you don't see all the stacks on him, and the stacks doesn't show. He had, you know, a forced fumble, a sack, stuff like that. But he's getting pressure. He's definitely getting pressure. And I think with Star being back, and also, with Phillips, I think, Ed Oliver would be fine. He's going to be fine. First game, I expect by 4 or 5, you're going to hear his name a lot.
Where can people listen to your podcasts?
Well, I am on the Build in Buffalo Network. Not Your Average Podcast in the 716. I am on I am on Instagram. I am on Spotify. If you type it in on Google, I'm on Google Play. You type it in Google, you can find me. I'm everywhere. So yeah, just if you find me on Twitter, I'm on Twitter as well. I will follow you back. Listen, I'm here to have a good time. And let's talk Bills.
Yeah, I saw your show last week with Justice General and
Oh my guys.
Jake Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are my guys. I love going to this show. Their football knowledge is IQ is out the window. They know their stuff for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I like those too. I think their show is called First Round Bye, isn't it?
Yep. Justin has a lot of shows. He has First Round Bye. He has Home Field Advantage. He has his own windshield factor. I think he has another one. I don't know the name of it. Some Marvel. I don't know the name of that one. But he also runs a lot of stuff when it comes to the Build in Buffalo. So his hand is in everything. We call him the robot. I call him the GM. But yeah. He's the man over there.
Do you think that what do you predict the score would be for the game against Miami this Sunday?
Oh God. Let me see. I will say 27-21, the Buffalo Bills. I'm not gonna butt my head. I mean, even though we know that these guys can put up numbers and Josh can, throw the ball anywhere on the field. And this just might be one of those games where he will put up 45. But I'm still the belief of Miami has a good defense. So I'm going to say 27-21. They got Xavier Howard. He's no joke. And I know he's only one player, but they have the defense is pretty good. We beat them last year, and they were top 3, top 5. So, we still try to fill our feet with this offensive line. That I don't know. I don't know about this offensive line, but let's just hope it was a bad week for them, and they'll bounce back.
Do you have any questions?
Where are you watching the game on Sunday?
I would be watching from home on Sunday.
Oh, okay. No special plans?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool. All righty. So, you know what? I changed my, I'm sorry. I said, you know what? I wrote the score down at 27-17. I'm sorry. So the Buffalo Bills 27-17. And what's your score? That's what I want to ask you. What's your final score?
Um, I I would say like 20 28 to 16.
Okay. 28-16. Well, we're close. We're close. So what's your final record for the season?
I think they would have like 13 or 14 wins.
Okay. Yeah, I said that as well, but Pittsburgh wasn't one of the ones that I had them losing to. So now I have to rethink this. So, but I did say Pittsburgh was a tough team, but I didn't think they were going to lose to them. But also too, they have Melvin Ingram's, and he was all over the place too. So, you know, hopefully they learned. We've moved on, and they'll do better this week. But the weather is definitely going to play a factor in this game for them down there in Miami. But it
What
should be a good game.
what is the weather for that game
You
today?
know what? I don't know the weather. I don't know what it's going to be, but normally it's hot. It's normally hot during August down there. So, yeah. But they got to come back and play us. So, you know, like they did last time. So, we'll get them back.
Do you think they'll split the series, or do you think they'll like sweep the series against the Dolphins?
I had them beating the Dolphins both, but I had them splitting New England. Yeah. So,
What what do you think of New England's quarterback?
I think you know what? He fits right into their scheme. You know, dink and dunk. They got some weapons, and I went back and watched that game. He actually played an all right game. So, I mean, if people think that we're just going to go in there and beat New England, it's any given Sunday. It's any given Sunday. Prime example of last Sunday. Any given Sunday. So, it's I think by the time we play them, hopefully our defense is good right now, but you know, our defense is going to be, top three. So if they can go in there and do some schemes and some skies for Matt and confuse him, it'll be a rough game for Matt. It'll be a rough game for him. So
What did you think of the Raiders game yesterday that went into overtime?
I watched all the way up until like the third quarter and I went to sleep. But I woke up this morning and somebody was like, Zay Jones. I'm like, what did Zay Jones do? I went and looked. I was like, oh my God. Zay
Yeah,
Jones. Well, good for him. Good for Zay Jones. You
yeah,
know?
and he changed his number from 11 to 7, and
Yeah. I didn't even know because I was looking for a number 11. So
yeah.
good for him.
Do you think that like um Cole Beasley will be effective this coming game?
I hope so because Cole had some drops, and Cole is always 7-Eleven. He's always open. He's Mr. Reliable. He can catch the ball. And, when Cole is dropping balls, you're just like, wait, this game is a little weird for me because I want to say he dropped two balls. So, it's a little weird. And also too, when Diggs were dropping and they were not calling some passes, because Diggs, I guess, thought he was held. So, but you can't look for, refs to call those for you. You just have to play.
Do you have any other questions?
I do not. I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Thank you for tuning into Let's Talk 716 Sports. Thank you to my special guest T, and go Bills.
Go Bells.